Hi, I'm Shauna and I've been teaching Pilates since 2014. Today I'm going to show you a stretch, a kneeling lunge that's going to help you with tightness through the front of the hip and maybe even tightness if you're suffering from sciatica or lower back tightness. That's going to help open that up, and it's one exercise that might be helpful for your body. So I'm going to break it down with instruction. Let's get moving. So I'm going to use my reformer tower today. We're going to come to a kneeling position if that's accessible for you. If not, you could do this standing and holding onto a wall. I'll demonstrate that as well. So you're going to be kneeling with your knees directly below your hips, and you could also still have something to hold on to as well if you need that for balance, because this can be a bit of a balance challenge for people. You can have your feet where you can see how my feet are relaxed and pointed, or you can have them flexed. What we're going to do is I'm tucking my tailbone under. I'm going to bring my left leg deeply forward. And what people typically do is they just kind of lean into that stretch, which is really good. I'm feeling that quad stretch, but a tip to get you a little bit deeper into the area of the hip and the stretching of the psoas is to really think about taking your pubic bone, tucking that tailbone under and opening up through the hip. And instantly that stretch went from my quad up through that hip. So it's a little bit deeper and more open, and you get the benefit a little bit more. So make sure you're really tucking that tailbone under to feel that stretch through the hip. Another thing that people tend to do is they kind of tend to lean forward because they're in the position and they want to relax. But when you bring your trunk forward, you're no longer really stretching through that hip as much. So that's why you want to stay lifted and tall through the spine and tucking that tailbone under to get that full benefit of this stretch here. Okay. Another add-on you can do is you can take that. So I'm going to say the left leg is forward. This is my left forearm is going to come into my left inner thigh. Okay. From there, this is what's going to stabilize me. And so if you struggle with balance, this might be something to graduate to when you feel more stable. But this is going to test that balance a little bit more and get you deeper into the stretch. You're going to take that right arm out, and it's right out to the side of my shoulder. I'm going to lift it directly over my head with this lateral bend here. Even my balance is starting to wobble a little bit because it's a little harder to stabilize. So you're still tucking that tailbone under, relaxing the shoulder, and laterally bending to the side. What that's going to do is that's going to open up the stretch through the hip, which is really nice, a little bit of my obliques, and I even feel a little stretch to the lats. So it's a full side body stretch happening right here to help you with that lower back tightness. So you could be holding on to something here and still try to get that lateral bend if that balance is a little bit challenging for you. And then you can relax that there. Anytime you do a stretch, you want to hold it for at least 10 seconds. And I would say holding a stretch for 30 seconds is a good rule of thumb. After about 10 seconds, take an inhale, exhale a little bit deeper. And anytime you're going to practice a stretch, you want to listen to your body. So you don't want to just get into a position and force it into place. You want to inhale, exhale, ease into where it feels like a good stretch. Give yourself a moment for your body to surrender to the stretch before you go a little bit deeper, so you're not pushing it under like a stress response, right? That way you're being gentle movement, bringing in gentle movement for your body. So I recommend doing that daily. Honestly, it's a really great stretch, especially for my clients that are in the office more, sitting more, or in the car a lot. It's really going to help with that lower back tightness, and it's often given for people struggling with sciatica. So let me show you that standing version now. So standing, actually we'll do it here. So standing is a similar principle. You're going to have your left leg forward and your right leg deeply back. I've got my right heel lifted. So I've got quite a bit of space, like my foot's not like right underneath my knee or hip. It's quite a bit of ways back to where the leg is almost all the way extended. You don't want to hyper extend it through the knee or force it through the knee. I'm already feeling a stretch through my hip in this position, but you want to make sure you square off those hips, right? Because if it's opened up, we're not going to get through this area right here. So when you square off those hips in alignment, facing in the same direction as each other, you would want to bring that knee directly over your heel. And then again, people will have a tendency to lean forward. You want to lift through the crown of the head, tuck that tailbone under, and instantly I feel that stretch, right? And then I'm kind of like moving my body in a way to where I feel it. Like this knee here, I had to adjust a little bit so I could tuck a little bit more to get more through the front of the hip. So it's about deepening that understanding to your mind body connection to figure out where there is that tightness in that moment in that day. And even here, if you wanted to take that balance challenge, you could take the left arm in and take that lateral bend over, and you really deepen that stretch. It's really glorious, but it is quite a bit more of a balance challenge. So somebody could be holding on to a wall while they're doing this, and it's just a great stretch. So if you happen to try that out, let me know how it works for you. If you have any questions or need a little bit of further clarification, feel free to comment below. And I hope this brings you relief to your body. Thank you for watching.